out of nowhere. Ugh.
All right. We are live, and John is in the dark. Kind of like Bitcoin right now. What is this guy doing?
Boom. There we go. Let there be light.
Show me
Let
the
there
light.
be light.
Show me the money. What's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
Living the dream. Living the dream one day at a time.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, here we are again.
Let's make sure we're actually live on YouTube this time, because you guys just keep rolling. I'm gonna check that out real quick. I always feel like I always panic that we're not actually rolling.
Check it out. Make sure.
We did give I did post it to the channel, so hopefully people saw that.
All right. John's getting set up here.
How's my lighting?
Looking good.
It does show live, so we are rolling. Thank you. Okay, cool.
So weekend of FUD and Elon. We survived.
The dude drives me nuts because I love that guy. I love SpaceX. I love Tesla. I feel like me and him were buddies. And now I'm really bitter about. I just don't know if does he have some other motivation? It probably is to drop the shit of Bitcoin to buy more of it for his personal stash. He just probably felt pressure from his constituents of investors in Tesla. Obviously, they're all about energy. So he had to make a comment. He continues to make a comment. Continues to make a comment.
But he did clarify that he did not end up selling any Tesla.
Did he say? Did he explicitly say that? I thought he said something like.
No, he did. He did come out and was clear that they didn't in a tweet. But then he's talking about working with Doge developers, and like the developers from Doge then said that they never heard from him. So, and he was like thinking that like Doge would be better to try to like put smart contracts on it, but it's also just still proof of work. So it's similar to Bitcoin's, algorithm.
Did you see Charles Hawkinson, the Cardano maker, his like reply to Elon about basically that topic? He's like, "Oh, you want to improve Doge? Well, here's how you would do it." And he gave him like all of this like all these like awesome white papers of like exactly the best way to improve Doge, which I think was just a roadmap of like what Cardano was doing.
It really is, yeah. I think that was like the satire of it all.
Yeah, it's like I saw that was one of our members' posts. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
sweet.
It would be cool to go into all those white papers and read everyone. Just like get on the. Obviously, you got to know like programming and stuff, but
yeah,
just the concept.
They get pretty deep
at high level. It's like if you do this one, you can do. It's like all these different kind of proof statements and transactional kind of things and.
He pretty much laughs at Doge. He's just like, man, this thing has been around forever, and it's like they've talked about that stuff before, but they just never. And it's just like a pump and dump coin, but yeah.
I mean, the developers
way more than that now.
Even the developers of the coin are, they're like, I don't even want it. I don't like it. They sold it all for like a Civic.
Yeah.
But maybe
I think it's got its ups and downs. I think. Over the next couple months, we're going to start to see momentum again.
Yeah, I think, that's probably going to be what pans out.
It's definitely not like going away. And John, your lighting is exceptional today. What do you have, a ring light now?
Yeah, man. Can you see it from my reflection?
Yeah,
Hold on.
See
there you go. Look
there
it
you
up.
go.
It actually is. That's very good.
Looks
for the first live stream, I used a ring light, but I wasn't wearing glasses, so you can tell like the reflection and all that. Okay. And so I just got my ring light set up again recently. Just trying to find a good background and all that,
I know. That's what I need to work on. The stupid camera I have is like it's very bright in this room, but it still feels very dark.
You gotta be front lit. Yeah, you gotta be front lit.
It's right here. It's like staring. I can't even see anything.
Yeah. Well, half of your face is lit. That's
I know. It's like I tried to put a piece of paper to like diffuse it. Didn't work. It was just. I'll try to find. I'll figure something else out. But
Gotta get yourself a $30 ring light.
While we get our lighting, okay.
That's my.
Was that a dinosaur sound?
No, that was the Price is Right losing.
All right. So what's next on the agenda?
Shoot. I mean,
How the portfolio's looking?
Well, with Bitcoin being hovering around 42,000.
Yeah, not too hot. I mean, obviously lost. There's a lot of gains that just kind of slipped away from our fingers here this week. But I mean, it's You just got to keep thinking it's a buying opportunity. There's so many coins that are like, I wish I caught that $150, $100 back, and now you got an opportunity. The problem is, you got to have the money to spend it. So I did exchange some things, like kind of use the opportunity to get Bitcoin. So I kind of sold out of
other positions.
Litecoin. I sold some of my, what was it? I think it was Litecoin and some XLM to get some Bitcoin. And I just thought it was such a good opportunity to get Bitcoin that I couldn't pass it up.
Sure.
And,
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree. I've been telling people it's kind of like going back in time, back in like February, in case you kind of missed the train back then. Here's your second chance to pick some up.
Pretty much. It might even fall another leg. I mean, it might go down to, I think they're projecting like 38. 40. Like,
really?
Like the candle wick might hit 48, right. Bump up. So right now, there's probably one more little mini drop, and then,
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think it's low enough. I'd rather just roll that dice.
Well, no, yeah, right now. I mean,
right.
There's opportunities right now at 42. This
is only have been like a 30 to 35% pullback, which is normal during like bull markets, like comparing it to like the 2017. So,
and not just Bitcoin. I mean, there's opportunities to get all the coins that you.
Yeah. I mean, ETH can just easily W and just rocket back up.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Some of them are down with Bitcoin, but then you got other ones that are just like way up, like Cardano. I don't think they're at all-time highs right now, but they hit all-time highs, kind of dipped a little bit. And
I mean, they do play off each other, but yeah, some of them seem to be independent and continue to go up, whether or not Bitcoin is.
Matic.
I mean,
Matic,
some of the charts are identical to Bitcoin, and I mean they're on the money exactly the same. And then you have some of that just right now can show strength outside of that, which is like specifically like Matic, which is cool.
Yeah, my portfolio stayed relatively steady just because there were so many coins that dropped, but Matic just made up for all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I have a small position in it, but I mean, it pretty much doubled. So that's nice.
Speaking of your portfolio, John, let's take a look at our simple crypto fantasy.
Take a look. I don't think I have Matic in the. Mike has it. He snagged it.
Yeah, that's like keeping me afloat right now.
I think it's all you need.
Well, not when I'm going up against a Shiba coin and the Doge token.
All right. So
what do we got? Can we zoom in a little bit? No, I can't see anything.
You can't see it.
But then again, I'm using my phone though, so
I can't see it either.
Well, Adam's gonna have to narrate.
I mean, I can see a little bit. Hold on, let's see.
Is it just like pixelated, or is it just?
No, it's not pixelated. Now we can see my phone.
Okay. Well, I guess let's start off with the Moonwalkers. Dogecoin kind of flat. This is the percent change from the last week to this week. So down 5%. It actually didn't really tank like the rest of the market, honestly. So kind of stayed steady after last week's tank. FXT token down 17, Chainlink down 13, which it actually was running up today, but I guess it fell so hard from the fall that it's just making its ground up from last week. So Solana is one of the ones that kind of withstand the test here, 25% up.
All right.
And Ripple 5% up. So I'm at a grand total of $2.21. I mean, 2%, -2%.
-2%.
Oh, man.
The price is
How are you
wrong.
going to feed your family with that, Adam?
I'm glad. Don't listen to the Moonwalkers right now, but let's take a look at how Michael's doing. Ethereum.
JME's gains.
JME's gains. He's got 19% down on Ethereum, so we obviously know it's kind of heavily tied to Bitcoin and had a pretty hard fall.
Even though it was leading its push up, and then it seemed to definitely.
The
almost dropped about 1,000 from its all-time high.
Uniswap down 10, so it's kind of fighting. That's
connected.
Down 10% twice in a week, 2 weeks in a row. So, Mike, that was not your best choice there. Nope. But here you go. Obviously, Polygon is the MVP of the week, up 127%.
Damn.
From a 43% from the week before that. So he's really checking in, and it's really holding his team together, basically. Pirate Coin just shit the bed. 42% down this week.
Matey.
They must have got taken over by, I don't even know.
They got a hole in their ship.
Who attacks pirates? I was going to say other pirates, but I guess I don't know. The ship is
Monero attacked them,
and then Pancake swapped down 25%. So
where's the syrup?
Bruh. All right.
It happens.
Digimon.
Ooh, down.
I think that's down, right?
20%. So that's a hurt. That hurts your team there. But Safe Moon, you went from 89% gains last week to 7% gains over the week to week. So it's kind of hanging in there relatively. Doge token down 58%.
Negative that one.
It had a pretty big drop, overall week to week there. So
waiting for that comeback. Just waiting for that comeback.
And then Shibu Ina. So we know Ethereum. Vitalik was like, "Don't send me coins. Don't set my." He basically told the cryptocurrency community, he was like, "Don't give me stuff. I don't want to have this power to have this much money."
Right.
And so he gave what?
He gave it all away.
$4 billion or something to a charity.
He gave it to like India or something, right?
Yeah, the COVID charity. But literally, I mean, I think he gave them that money, and then he also burned a whole bunch of it. He burned like 40% of it or something. So just a ridiculous.
What do you mean you
amount.
burned it?
Like you just send it to an address that's not real, and it just never.
What? Why?
Because he doesn't. That's what they were supposed. That's what he was technically supposed to do with it. I think. Like from the
it's kind of.
He wasn't ever actually supposed to spend it. Like it was just like it would go to his.
They were giving it to him, and then that was going to like take away half of the supply, and then they were thinking that he would never move it or like.
I guess it's marketing, just like people are talking about it. But now people talk about Shiba Inu and it's Vitalik, so I think it was a marketing ploy. But so anyway, he ended up like burning it and then giving it away. It was like 40% of the current coins out there or something like that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, crazy.
So it did definitely go down, but
it didn't go down 1,000%. So whatever. Okay, 50% off of 1,000 the week before.
You're good.
And then persistence. This is actually, John, you got something going here. You got 33% last week and 17% this week.
Oh wow! I should have bought some.
So man, if you bought it at $8 the week we started, it's at 13.
11.
No, 13.
It's nice.
Wow. Okay.
So that's like gains all around. So your total score and Mike's total score. There's I'm coming in the back, just barely breaking even here. That's pretty much the story of my life. Mike's 140%.
I'll take 140% gains, but we have about 2 weeks to go.
2 weeks, just about. That'd be a month. 2 weeks.
Nice.
So basically, Mike's Matic is your VIP or MVP, I guess. And
so far,
John's got Shiba Inu, and I got Solana. Those are the VIP, the MVPs for the weeks.
Keep an eye on those.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes into next week.
Cool.
Check back.
I actually bought some real Shiba over the weekend. Actually, I pulled some profits from Matic, and I got into some Shiba. But I don't know. I mean, Matic kept going up. I didn't expect it to do that.
How'd you end up getting the Shiba? Like, what exchange did you go to?
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
It was just through Coinbase's wallet. I think Coinbase's wallet integrates with a bunch of exchanges out there. I mean, they charge you a fee, but it was convenient. You know, it was like, I can exchange it for Shiba. Let me get some of that.
Did you have to leave the wallet app?
Coinbase wallet, you can get it.
There's a Coinbase wallet. Yep.
Yeah,
separate
the Coinbase
from,
wallet,
the exchange.
Web3 wallet. I think you can like hook it up to certain, like these websites, the farming or liquidity pool websites, or the swap, decentralized exchanges.
Mm. Okay.
Speaking of Matic, I think maybe it's Binance, but I think one of them allows staking for Matic, that's pretty big. I'm probably going to look into that.
Definitely. I mean, if you can always get some interest and stuff going for it, then it's better than it just sitting there.
I mean, to be honest, I think we have a long way to go for Matic. Like, it's going to be in the hundreds and thousands probably. Like, I think it's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm not really selling any mine for right now. I'm going to be just holding it, let it go up.
Yeah, and persistence. I was just going to throw in persistence. I think one of the people that are on the board of advisors or something is from Matic. So there's like a relationship there.
Between the two.
Yeah.
That's the all-time chart.
Good. Super stepping.
I guess it's only been around since November. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
all right.
not too long, but since ETH popped, it hasn't really seen the pullback that ETH has. I mean, it's running on Ethereum. I saw that there was like over 75,000 new users, I guess, on their platform, which is a lot.
Scanning some serious traction. Yeah, we'll see how high it runs. I mean, if it ends up being like Theta, I don't know if you guys ever looked at Theta, but I was looking to get into Theta like early this year, then just started going up. I was like, all right, let me just let it cool down a little bit. Let me just get in, and then it just kept going.
Keeps going, yeah.
Right? It went from like a couple dollars to $14 within a pretty short period of time. Yeah. Of course, I got in at the
all-time high. It's at 9 now, so you have
at 9. Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of the discounted price.
Yeah, you would think that you could wait for some sort of pullback from the top.
Yeah, I mean, on the long term, I'm pretty confident about it. So.
Yeah, well, then you can just cost average in.
I mean, almost everything is red right now except for CKB, which is
how's that?
That's
the Veros.
Okay, gotcha. No, I'm waiting for some funds to come in. So right now is a good time.
Isn't that like Kadena? No,
that's KDA.
KDA. Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm waiting for some funds right now. I just transferred my old 401k to this self-directed IRA company, and they allow you to invest in Gemini, control your own Gemini too.
Oh yeah, you had talked about that.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for the funds to go into that. It's been like forever, but the timing is pretty perfect because I'm pretty sure it's coming in like tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah,
hopefully you'd be price is still down.
I'm sure. Yeah,
that's
Adam
awesome.
would have liked to get some of these red dips times.
Well, I had like gold in my IRA, and I was like
real gold.
No, I mean it was like stock
like
gold, or whatever, ETF gold.
Yeah,
and, I was like, get that out of here! I'm buying Bitcoin with that. So I sold that and bought Bitcoin. And
get the digital gold.
Yeah, right. I guess I had it to just kind of spread the wealth, but I was like, you know what? Screw it. Live on the edge.
Yeah, I mean, gold did dip for a while, but then it has been increasing. So if you caught it down there, and then
they're saying silver is going to jump here this year. I mean, I forget why, but a lot of people are kind of projecting that.
Yeah, it was on the Wall Street bets for a bit, like silver squeeze, and everybody's buying it, and it is undervalued, I believe, and there's not that much, out there, but yeah.
Silver's at $28.
You can see that, low point.
Pretty big dip here in
Yeah.
April. Now we've been building. So
Kind of like a big W.
Yeah, very long W. I don't know. It's like you can see those things there's. I'm so used to like the volatility in the crypto market. Like these price movements like don't excite me enough.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of just moving sideways.
Like
And that's,
only $4 over 7 months.
well, I mean that's how it's pretty stable. Yeah, silver is. I mean, gold seemed to be more volatile in the short term.
So what about you see MicroStrategy bought another 10 million?
Yep,
Of what, Bitcoin?
Yeah, another 10 million in Bitcoin at 43K. So they're at 90
over 90,000.
90,000 coins.
Wow.
At an average of 24,000.
Yeah,
so average getting in while it's cheap. Yep.
Average entry price of $24,000. That's like unreal.
How do people know this information that he bought some or their company?
Because the company has
to disclose it.
Yeah.
And he probably talks about. I mean, I would say he talks about it.
But I mean, formally, I think they report it just like
they do.
Asset. So
yeah. So they have to report it to like the public, or just report it to, I guess, their board or shareholders.
I think the SEC information is public. I think, and when you're a publicly traded company, like you have to report certain
to the shareholders
distributions or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I mean, on earnings calls, that's when they kind of like disclose some of that stuff too.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, he's still buying in. He still believes it.
Smart money's still buying Bitcoin. So.
And then, yeah, I guess we had some, Mike, you had some links here. I mean, I think one of them was like, obviously going back to what Elon says, like, is Bitcoin an environmental impact like he suggested is? And I think, there's a lot of stuff out there that kind of debunks that. Like, I think comparing it to, like, think about MasterCard and Visa and like those corporations, how much energy they use to consume just to be the corporation they are. I mean, obviously they're doing billions of more transactions.
Like, way more.
Comparatively, but I mean, I think one of the website I was reading, it was basically saying, they do a whole bunch of more transactions, but it's little amounts of value. So if you look at the value actually transferred comparatively to Bitcoin, it's like Bitcoin's very comparable to the actual amount of volume of money moved, and it's a different type of transaction, obviously. But they surpassed Discover and PayPal. Bitcoin has more volume in dollars than Discover and PayPal, and it's like short term. So I mean, that's like, it's definitely,
so it is right there. It is moving.
It's moving a lot of money compared to those. But then, ultimately,
well, it said it was less than all the gaming consoles and like all like the Christmas lights or something. So relatively, and then debunking that like a lot of the China is done with coal, but no, the mining is actually done with hydro electric during the wet seasons. So.
Right. So there's a lot of incentive to actually make it. The miners want it to be the most profitable power. So they have incentive to make it renewable or cheaper energy costs.
Right. Or they're going to go where the cheapest is, and that's where it's going to flourish. Or they're going to that incentivizes it. Yeah.
I mean, are there ways to make cryptocurrency more energy efficient? I think that people are, technology is going to change and things are going to do different things, but there's a reason it is the way it is, so that it's hyper secure, in the same time. So
right. Well, there's like security, scalability, and reliability. Yeah, the three limitations. So it's like pick. 2 and 3.
I guess there are a lot of people, I saw so many articles after he said that, it was like immediately Bitcoin just the worst for energy. And, I think people have
it's a load of crap.
Yeah. I think
they're not comparing it properly. It's like not just comparing one transaction. You got to compare the entire monetary system. It's like, what's the cost of printing out a bill? The resources for the actual bill itself, the resources to run the actual machine, the resources to transport those bills in an armored truck with guards and shit. Like what's the cost of running an actual bank with a bunch of tellers?
All the corporations, all the office buildings. I mean, the office buildings are the highest corporate, energy consumption for air conditioning.
What's the cost of all the electricity for like ATMs maybe that are just sitting there running?
I mean, ATMs probably aren't the biggest energy consumer, but yeah, I mean, the point is the collective, like looking at it at that from that perspective.
Just saying that
it's got to be a lot closer now. I guess the point is Bitcoin hasn't scaled to that scale, so like who knows? But
I think that's why there's other projects out there. So you have like Ethereum, and now they're going to a proof of stake kind of system, and then you have Cardano, which apparently is like one of the least energy consuming of them all, being a proof of stake also. So I think certain coins will fill certain roles, right? I mean, that's just.
So currently, it's, as we're looking at it, is dropping. This is a new low for the week here.
Is that Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
About to touch 40,000.
It's in free fall.
Yeah. I thought up here by this line of death was the free fall. That was like the 21-week EMA. And so right now, I don't know what happened to my line here, but this is the 34-week EMA, which is like the next like Fibonacci
support
moving average that people think that that's the bottom. That's what everyone's saying is like this. If it gets by this one, it's going here and it ain't going to go past it. So we'll see. Looks like we might be watching it go there tonight. But
keep an eye. Keep an eye
out. What else you got? Cobalt Children Mining Democratic Republic. What do you got there? Some CBS finds children mining cobalt for batteries in Congo. What is that link about?
Well, that was just like about all of these, kind of third world countries and these people that are put through this stuff to find the material to make cell phones and car batteries that are like, for like Teslas and other EV
comparing
vehicles.
Bitcoin mining to like real, actual terrible mining that
impact which actually
humanity and
correct. Right. So yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think we talked about that last time. It's like, what does it cost to mine gold? Or like, what do they cost to mine metals that we're using for value and all that stuff? So yeah, it's obviously
people don't really care about, they've never said anything about that. So they're just kind of picking and choosing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it doesn't cost much if they're using slave labor.
Well, I mean, it doesn't cost the person getting the resource, but it costs the slaves their lives.
The people, right? I mean, the impact of it, what these people are going through to
there's like
just earn some money,
value impact, and then the moral impact.
Wouldn't that be so much better if they had like access to just like cell phone? They can like buy ADA or and then like stake it, and then they're just like doing that rather than. I don't know if that's far-fetched, but
so
a little bit lighter thing here. We're looking at Taproot. So this is this block's Taproot. Man, yeah, a lot more green.
Yep, a lot more green.
Do you think that's because people are finally catching on, or did something change to make them think, "Hey, I need to do this"? I wonder if I guess it's probably just people catching.
Could be. I mean, we got some ways to go. Still, there's still
this whole like
over half of them kind of out.
Explain that again. That's people mining, right?
This is the people, basically voting. So the miners, every block. When you mine a block, you get to vote. If you add a little piece of text on the back of the block, and you're voting yes or no, basically as a miner.
The signal, yeah.
So green ones are saying yes. And when there's 90% of the green ones within this time period, then it gets activated.
Okay.
Then they'll accept the activation. Yeah.
Cool.
So I guess that's the way the code is written to allow modifications.
Yeah. There's like a Bitcoin proposal. Yep.
So yeah, even if there isn't like an owner, you can still make tweaks,
make changes. Yep. Has to be agreed upon through the community.
by the peeps,
By the peoples.
for the peoples, by the peoples.
Pretty dope.
Oh, it's very nice.
Very nice.
Good old Borat.
I see BlockFi, they're actually working with this other company called Blockstream, and they're hosting like a mining venture down in, I think they said Georgia or something. But so, yeah, I guess they're just like mining their own stuff to then sell on the exchange, maybe rather than like buying it from the miners. They're trying to get it like themselves.
What do you mean? So like they're mining what?
They're mining Bitcoin themselves. BlockFi is mining Bitcoin themselves.
BlockFi is going to mine Bitcoin themselves.
They're working through this other. If you look it up, you could probably look it up. It's called Blockstream, and then is working with BlockFi to start a mining venture. And speaking of BlockFi,
oh yeah, speaking of BlockFi, hold on. Let me.
So I just had kind of a crazy experience this weekend. Like I was sitting at dinner and I checked my account because I was talking to some friends and they were interested in crypto. So I was like, oh yeah, you should use this website. You know, you can buy some crypto, throw it in there, and you start making some interest. And when I looked at my account, you know, I should have had a couple $1,000s in there, and it said $271,000. I was like, wait, what? So I just like quickly like showed, you know, one of my buddies here, and he's like, yeah, that's what it says. They had accidentally paid me out a bonus of 5.35 Bitcoin, which
5.35 Bitcoin.
So yeah, here I think I have a screenshot here.
Your bank account was like,
What? So what happened? You get to keep it or what?
Nope. I left it in there and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go home and check it on the computer when I get home, see if it's like, you know, legit.
I was like, Mike, don't move it. Just don't move it.
I don't even know if I would have been able to move it. I mean, they probably could have like denied the transaction or something. But yeah, I was just like, I'm going to go home. I'm going to just check it on the computer, see, you know, what's going on here. They meant to give me $5.35 in like USDC.
So
I was like,
Gemini USD?
GUSD or something. Yeah, right. And then so I just, you know, I got home and I checked it and it was gone. And I was like, oh man.
I would have transferred it.
I mean, we were thinking, right, so you could move it and just like be like, I thought you, because it said bonus. It said bonus. It didn't say deposit. So I was like, you could play the, like, I thought I hit, you know, the promotion,
the bonus. Yeah, right. I could pay off my mortgage now.
Yeah, once it's in your wallet, it's yours.
Well, yeah, but BlockFi never like you can't remove it in the same like instant. It takes about a day or two to like actually move it out of BlockFi.
I mean, it did show the balance in my possession, and I didn't attempt to like withdraw it, but so that was pretty crazy. I was like, what in the world? I have
how does that happen
in my possession? I mean,
how does that happen?
I emailed them.
Is there a guy typing in these numbers and like
that's what I'm saying.
Like hitting a decimal number?
I guess they were just like paying out this bonus, and maybe they do like a batch, and they were like, okay, all these people get $5.35.
Oh, it's probably a bunch of people then.
Right. Yeah, because like I emailed them and they said, yeah, you were part of this small group that got this bonus payout wrongly, and I was like, darn it, why'd you take it back?
The intern's
so I knew it was too good to be true.
5.35 GUSD.
Yep.
Bitcoin, like mother.
Yep.
Oh man, that's pretty wild.
It was kind of a whirlwind for Mike, like I guess emotionally, because he was just thinking like, "Oh, look, what am I gonna do?" Like, I was like,
"All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna invest this here. I'm gonna do this." It was like, and then I was like, "Wait, I'm just gonna wait, and if it's in my wallet in a couple days, then it's mine." But obviously, within a couple hours, they figured it out.
Oh
so,
man.
No harm, no foul. I saw the money just sail away into the.
No, it's all
Titanic.
good though. It's
Oh, no,
it's a
good,
little
yeah.
taste of the gains, you know.
I mean, yeah,
Yep.
that's why I told him. I was
Yep.
like,
Now
look,
you know
all
what it
those-
feels like. A little taste
I
of the
told,
gains.
yeah, I was like, all that motivation you had at that moment, you had so much inspiration, like go do stuff. I was like, just take that
Yep.
motivation and like, just pretend like you still have it. Like, go do those things that you wanted to do, and figure out a way to get it done, and
Yep.
just run off like that feeling of what
And
you
then
felt
store-
so positive that you could do something.
Store up another 5 Bitcoin if possible.
Yeah, you could say you officially owned 5.3 Bitcoin. You were
That's
a coiner.
true.
It was in my
That's
There
true.
was a-
possession. I
You
guess.
have a picture of it, so
Yep, coiner.
coiner for life. Yeah, that's
So that was just crazy. Yep, that's the day I went out to dinner and became a $250,000.
Yeah, I'll tell
Hopefully-
you what. If someone accidentally
hopefully you
gives
didn't
me
leave him
5
a
Bitcoins, I'm
$200,000
keeping
tip.
that shit.
I mean, technically, if I could have sent it, I mean, there's no way they can make me send it back. I mean, it's immutable.
If it makes it to
That's
the
the
wall,
beautiful
it's
thing
yours.
about that's the beautiful thing about blockchain and Bitcoin. I mean, once it happens, no government agency. I mean, unless they come and force you to,
they would. I guess
literally.
they would sue you for everything else you owned. Then
So, but I mean, I guess is it worth losing your house over 5 Bitcoin, and then you invest it to get more money later?
So what would that same Bitcoin be worth now? Because that was before the shit hit the fan, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
So you would have gone to jail and had $100,000 worth of
And lost more money, and had to use half of it for bail. I'll be like, "Do you take Bitcoin?"
Well, 5.3 times 41 is, so you lost about $50,000
All right.
in like Bitcoin value in those
Yep.
2 days.
So it'd been like
It bounces back. No big deal.
220,000. Yeah.
I always like to think of it as the future value. You know, if it's in the near term future, it's probably going to be 80,000, 100,000. So that's just how I
Right.
look at it
Yeah.
now.
I mean,
You
just
still have to focus on your Satoshi amount.
yeah, the
What is
sat.
it?
Right. It's all
Dollar-
about the sats.
Dollar
Yeah,
value
not
is irrelevant right now.
nope. Sats. It's all about sats.
Sats and
So I saw Sony is publishing a patent on esport gaming, and so you can like bet Bitcoin and other currency live on for these like live action esports, which is kind of cool.
Huh.
betting.
Sony's
Bitcoin
getting
on-
really involved with cryptos
Yeah,
because
That's
they're
what I
also
saw.
invested in Theta as well. Theta is supposed to be like a video streaming platform
right.
on the
And
blockchain.
that's what they do. So kind of, but so that was pretty neat. You could just bet like live, watching like people playing like fighting game tournaments and sports tournaments and all sorts of stuff. And then apparently Fox too. Fox is doing something where they're doing like NFTs for like some of their stuff, which is like, so some of these media companies and bigger companies are catching on to the crypto space.
Fox like news or Fox?
Yeah,
like,
Fox News. Yeah,
studio?
Fox News. I mean, it says pretty sure it's Fox News or just Fox the channel maybe. Like I think it was like
I mean, it's the
American
same
Horror
company,
Story. Yeah, I mean American Horror Story and The Simpsons and some other stuff, or to create some of these NFTs.
Huh.
And then we already talked about the Polygon booming. Cardano, they're doing this ERC20 converter, which is like so these coins can transition from the Ethereum network to the Cardano network, because a lot of them were started on Ethereum and tested there, and then they're going to be transferred over. So this is like a smart contract, transfer converter. It's called the Alonzo like hard fork. So just something for ADA coming up.
Oh, pretty dope.
ADA doesn't have smart contracts activated yet, though. So I guess that's like a future thing.
Right. That's what this thing is like. It's coming to the network. So, yep. That's
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All around Ethereum transactions are up. Polkadot.
Bitstream.
Oh yeah, you finally found that?
Yeah. I guess I could pull it up here. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, and Polkadot, apparently they're launching their fourth and final main network, and they have this coin called Kusama, which is like a massive interoperable and scalable framework that works with the Polkadot network.
So Kusama is another blockchain, or is it a token?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a side chain. They call it like a pair chain to Polkadot.
Huh.
Yep.
Polkadot itself is a blockchain, right?
Yeah, and it's one of the newer ones, which is cool. Just like Tezos and stuff. I think it's kind of like it's like a Gen 4 blockchain, which is neat because like we got some older ones, we got some newer ones, and the newer ones have a lot of different potential. So
pretty sweet.
Adam, yeah, what are you seeing here? Let's see, the Blockstream mining partnership.
So they have a Blockstream mining note, BMN security token. So they're like tokenizing Bitcoin mining? Looks to expand the service, Blockstream mining hosting. Aspiring miners face many hurdles. So they're going to host miners for people to use their power and infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
And then it seems like something that we've released a Blockcoin mining note, BMN. Maybe they're like, it's like an EFT for Blockcoin mining itself. The BMN. Aspiring mining. I don't know.
I mean, you can buy like mining companies.
Bitcoin mining in a tradable token, yeah. So you're basically buying into their mining service
operation,
through a tradable token. That's gonna be like my garage in like 3 years.
you can get exposed to it without actually being.
I mean, I guess you're making Bitcoin BNM token off them making Bitcoin. So I don't know. Yeah.
Something for everybody.
But if they're making a shit ton of money off of it, then your token's going up and you're making money, I guess. So why not? Interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how it does.
What's BlockFi going to do with all those? Like, oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. What are they going to do with all the Bitcoin? Are they going to loan it out again? I guess.
Well, I mean, I think they want to probably have a supply of their own to sell. So it's either you buy it from your miners or you mine it yourself and get it and sell it. That's probably going to be like getting it at a way better rate.
I wonder if they're going to start like an exchange.
So if they're selling their own Bitcoins, can they theoretically sell it for a little bit less than market rate? Is that how it works? Or
I mean, over the counter, you can sell for whatever you want. I mean,
yeah.
So I mean, for $1 if I wanted to.
Okay. So they're just getting it for a little bit less because they're
getting it in bulk in over the counter because they're buying 90,000 of them, 10 million of them, or $10 million worth of them. Like MicroStrategy, they're not buying that on the market. They're getting it at a cut rate because they're buying 40, 50, 100 Bitcoin.
Right, and then when you're selling these little fractions of them, then you're making a premium. Getting just like fee, and then plus whatever the rate is. Each kind of exchange has its own rate.
Even with Binance, it says like do an over-counter transaction or OTC transaction. Call us. So like Binance will sell you over the counter if you had enough money. So
that's pretty dope. Any idea how much they got it for?
Got what for?
Sailor. If they're they buy it? So you said they're not buying it from exchange. Where are they buying it from exactly?
I didn't say where they got it from, but it said $10 million worth of, and I think it said 240 coins or something like that.
Okay.
Whatever that math works out to be, but I think they said it was bought at 43,000. So they must have bought it at 43,000 when it was at like 50,000 or something. 43 it just hit today. So I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Like if that news is already out there and they bought it a week ago or wherever they bought it, he probably bought it when it was down at this 21 EMA.
I could have just waited a week.
I know. Could just.
I think his average. I think his average was still 24K or something like that.
I mean, yeah. So just think how early
he's still
20
grand above that.
He probably has 80,000 coins that are under 3,000 or something. Like something silly.
Right. Yeah. So I think that kind of cancels out whatever
matter
losses that he sustained.
Yep. Yeah. So, what else is
going on?
We had the gas crisis last week. That's kind of recovered by now.
Yeah, wasn't much.
I heard like oil is going to go up like crazy. So like that, if you invested in U.S. oil, that's going to be like. I heard it would go up.
I mean, I had ExxonMobil for a while, but then I kind of sold out of that position.
Invest in oil and in military stocks like Raytheon, and because they're going to go to war, like freaking Palestine and Israel is going to be crazy. You see that blowing up the buildings? Like there's like the Hamas like headquarters that they took out, and it's like.
I've seen some of the Iron Dome stuff, like where they're shooting the rockets, and they're just like taking them all out. Yeah, like little Saturn missiles.
That's crazy. You can hit another missile with a missile. You can tell this missile where to go to hit that missile in the air.
They're like smart missiles, smart contract missiles.
Yeah, they got all sorts of sensors on them.
Well, I mean, it's like whatever it's doing, it's just like doing some crazy math to figure out how to hit like a 700 mile
something going that fast. Yeah, they don't. I mean, I guess it's got a pretty good efficiency.
Well,
maybe it doesn't
like
get that close. It probably shrapnels like when it gets.
I would think so. It gets close enough where it's not going to be
one little piece can you get in like a 50-yard radius or something.
Yeah, then you're probably good.
Yeah, that makes sense. But the military grade, they probably have cameras that are like, well, from what I heard is like. They have cameras on as high as where satellites are, and they can actually zoom down to basically ground level and see exactly what's happening. If they have that type of camera resolution, and just imagine what they put on these missiles.
I would think it's not on the missile, though. I would think it's like some ground tracking technology that's sending the signal to the thing, like
telling it
some massive ground radar that's like, actually tracking, and then it's just telling it where to go, I would think.
Relaying the information to it.
Or there's like a laser that they just track onto that missile, and that thing just follows the laser, or something to that effect.
Could be.
Yeah.
Or there's got some kid joysticking it.
Yeah, just some like 12-year-old
Call of Duty,
like some Call of Duty guy that's really good at driving first-person shooters. I don't know. It is a crazy situation. I mean, I feel bad for the people in obviously both countries that are unrelated to any situation. You just got to deal with
resolved
massive buildings blowing up. I mean, we're dealing with protests and other things that kind of screw up your cities. But imagine getting a 17-story building blown up from your neighboring country, like Canada or something. That would be
that's wild.
Yeah, hopefully everybody up there's safe and okay.
But I think all of that, in addition to the regular stock market falling down, that kind of like war news, the gas stuff, like it's been like this hyper focus of just bad energy and fear.
Yeah. And when the market drops too, people lose money, and then a lot of people maybe take out of their crypto assets to then buy back in. So I'm thinking that could be somewhat of a factor.
Right, you see the real market go down. So like, oh crap, I need to liquidate my high risk cryptocurrencies, and just
right. Let me sell something, which would have been a good move if you did it a couple.
There was like another China ban on crypto. I don't know if it's the same ban, but I guess there's another ban where.
Well, no, I actually heard something on that, and it clarified it. It was like they said that it was a new ban in one article, but then there was someone else who was actually Chinese and could speak the language and interpreted it better. They said they were just inserting the rules of the 2017. They were just saying, hey, like follow the rules of 2017. So there wasn't any new.
Just enforcing it.
Right. Like, yeah, just like, bringing it back up. Like, hey, we put these rules out in 2017. Please stick to them.
Wasn't
far
the
as
rule, like, isn't the rule you can own it, but you can't mine it or use it? Like no transactions can be made in it.
I'm not sure. They didn't get into like the
I'm pretty sure the ban is
specifics
like
of it.
you can't. None of the companies or like bank or institutions can like incentivize people to use cryptocurrency.
Okay, I mean it sounds probably about
So
right,
I
but
think you
there
can
was just
own
three main
it,
corporations
but
or
you
something
can't
that
do
was just
anything with it
saying,
theoretically. At least according to the government. I mean, obviously,
I mean,
all the
communist.
miners are doing something with it.
Yeah.
They're just
How they mess up the message the first time? Did they just like Google Translate the article the first time and just
Yeah, I
mess
mean,
it
I
up?
think it's just more mainstream people that were just kind of running with it, and they, it sounds good to be like, oh, clickbait, like FUD, like here we go, another ban, cancel culture, this,
Yeah.
But then they're like, oh, well, the story behind the story, this person actually knows what he's talking about, and they're just reiterating the.
Well, here's the
fact
real
that,
story.
right, pretty much. So I'm glad that I listened to that, so then we can kind of clear that up.
Crazy.
Mike, you had another MatchX link there, the M2. This is the one that Voscoin was talking about, right?
Yeah, this is just like another minor thing. Oh, and on people were saying because of tax day too, if they had taxes to pay on their super gains, they would need to sell some of their position. So they were thinking that could have affected the market. I don't know.
Was it the tax day? Just I guess April was.
Yeah, today. I think today was it because they
Okay.
extended it till I think today. So, I don't know. Maybe I paid mine
It
a
was
while
yesterday.
ago.
It was Monday.
Taking in the last.
Oh,
Can you
it was
sell?
Monday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, but even though you're submitting your taxes this today doesn't mean it logs for last year. It's still the calendar year of the 2020 taxes. It's not like your gain. I guess they needed money to pay taxes, is what you're saying.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I got
Pay
you.
their taxes. Right. Because the gains from 2020, if they owed.
They owed money. They had to
Right.
pay the taxes. So you're
Right.
saying people might
So you
have sold.
sell some of your asset to then cover that,
Okay, I can see that maybe.
creating another taxable event for 2021.
So this is a $2,500 helium miner.
No, this is not even helium. This is just a different type of miner. It's the M2, and it just mines in a different way. But I think it makes like $10 a day or something, regardless of if anybody's around you or anything. And yeah, I mean, it's going to have a little bit longer ROI, obviously, with the initial cost, but just another, kind of silent miner that you could run at your house if you wanted to.
Multi-token. What are the tokens it does? 5 watts, low power, industrial.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it looked like it was definitely worth looking into a little bit. The one that I was looking up was Chia coin, which I thought that was worth looking into. It's a proof of storage and proof of time, and you're actually just loaning out hard drive space to people in the network.
Chia, like chia.
Yeah, Chia. Yep. Chia network. Yep.
All right.
So you can buy all these little sensors, and it tracks all the sensors, like long-range sensor connection, moisture sensor.
Oh, okay. So there you go. So it's like kind of like another Internet of Things. Yeah. So there's like dog,
it's basically like it says you can track your livestock, you can monitor soil conditions.
That's neat.
So the future. So you put one of these out there, then you put a couple different sensors and it can pull all that data. That's cool.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, you could just sit there and be part of that network. But yeah, my thing was look
Chia coin.
Yeah, Chia coin, which is just it's like
The
hardware.
Chia
Yeah, it's hardware, hard drive farming, pretty much. So if someone wants to get into mining, and you don't want to run ASICs, they're too loud. You can't get a helium miner because it's like sold out everywhere. This other one's a little
proof of space and time.
Proof of space and time, yep, which is like really low power too. It's like once you load up your hard drive with the whole like kind of like blockchain, the node, like all the information, then it kind of just sits there and it makes these random queries about, is this real? Can we confirm this? And then it looks it up and when it needs to. And I think the more data that you give to it, the more chances you have of mining and making more of the Chia coin, which I think right now it's at like $1,000 or something, which
Oh wow.
seems like a pretty big network. It's got people behind it. It's got marketing. Yeah. So I mean,
Give you any idea of
setting up a
profitability?
I mean, the guy, I was listening to like an interview, and he was saying that people were winning rewards like, you know, I think like 3 terabytes like was giving them like a pretty good reward, like maybe half to a full coin a week or every 2 weeks, and that's like maybe like $1,000. So I was like, wow. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have a lot of extra hard drive space anyway, so why not just spin up one of these things and just start putting it to use, so putting it to work. But that's my coin of the week, Chia.
So I think we got to do a better job of promoting the show that it's on YouTube, because we have 0 live viewers and no comments. So I don't know. Maybe people aren't. I think we had plenty of live people when we did it on Facebook. I think it just naturally pops up on people's Facebooks. So I don't know. We'll have to
Probably
figure it
so.
out. We either
Yeah, I
need
mean,
to
it's
pay
easier to
for-
watch on Facebook if it just pops up. You know, it's already rolling. You just got to hit the sound button.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
People scrolling through and they see it and they're like, oh, okay, I'll just like continue to watch Facebook.
We either need to
and
like
use it.
promote it more so people know how to get it, or you guys need to post it on your channels. I posted it on our obviously our page, or we need to find a way. StreamYard will let us, if it worked to Facebook, we could do that, but
Doesn't like the group.
it doesn't allow us. Yeah, it doesn't allow us to multi-stream
It's like
without.
we forgot your information. Like, oh, thanks.
Right. So I don't know. We got to figure that out, because
Well, what if we just
Gotta
stream
get
it to our personal pages and then share it to the group?
we can try that too, but we can't multi-stream on StreamYard without paying for it. Like we either have to drop YouTube altogether or only do Facebook.
Well, with
Or pay-
YouTube,
or pay for it.
we can just save the video from Facebook afterwards and just upload it to YouTube.
That's what we. Oh, you mean from Facebook to then send it to YouTube later? Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
Facebook would be the
keep it
live thing.
live on Facebook, and then stream it to YouTube. I mean, upload it to YouTube.
Or just upload it.
Yeah. All right. Maybe we try that next week, because I do like the live aspect of at least having various comments and stuff. I know people will watch it, but just something to think about. Something to think about.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. Cool. Well, yeah, I think we're coming up on an hour here.
Yes, that was a quick hour. Very good. Stay
Yes, sir.
tuned for next week. We'll see this
Episode
here.
5.
Bitcoin is officially 40847, so it's in the 40s now, guys.
40,000. Wow. Are we going to drop lower than the Tesla buy, because they bought in at
Like 38, right?
yeah? So I guess I guess we are kind of like dropping, but does that mean they sold some? Does that mean they?
I don't know, but there's
If it went from 38 to like
a lot of
40
volume
something.
right now, and it is dropping hard and fast.
Is everybody shorting it? Like, you know,
Well, it's a good time to buy in. Let them short it.
Yeah, just check that
it is.
34-week EMA, and
Yep. I mean, it's probably going to bounce there, and then we just hopefully we continue on. But
I don't think it's going to be an immediate bounce. I mean, I think it's going to fuck around at these levels for like a little while, but eventually, it's not going to be like tomorrow it'll be back to 50, but it will. I think it's going to kind of do this and maybe touch.
Just gotta wait for the next
3
bowl.
times. It's going to touch 1, 2, 3 times, and then it'll roll. But there's going to be a lot of
All right, we'll
resistance coming
see.
back up. So
Yeah.
well, don't
All right,
listen
we'll
to the
see.
FUD. Keep hodling as normal, as always.
that's right. So we will leave it there. Thank you very much, John and Mike, and adios till next week.
All right, guys.
Here
Deuces.
comes the money.
Take your profits.
Yeah, dollar bills. Put on. Oh, John's. I can't even see you now. You have the hated block is on. Peace.
Peace, y'all.